se I fai e tula uta I le matango fi e ole a ai o nai tama E a o tau I nai o e mole taua
Whakaro whaaku le mamalu le Kanana Ministerial Fou ia inga ua kako o dia mai fo I ngiva yas fou le te ngalofa le atua so fu mo le ola le Kanana I lo na teli te tai o le Kanana ia fa pe foi le Kanana o whainga wenga ia mai lato uma o tāpua ia tāpua ia whaiva o le yaso o matua ia wale Kanana e fa pe foi le malo ma le atunu ia nge foi tai au ia o kako whelua I rungo nu ai le tu nu pe yo ia upu le atunu mai nge foi va yaso au kako lata tu le fai ungo le ni foi va yaso I ngā luenga mo wheau le o matou mafuta foi le yaso ina ua mai a nisi o fuafuanga o la stofi le vai ia o le aso nae fai eil vasenga launga I tai ao a mai al vasenga launga ia ona foi leo fontanga ma taluanga fai aonga ia ma au ngā lue tutono Kolisi ia mo le whamautuina ma le o nisi foi o fuafuanga ma taurumanga le tato Kolisi pe o mea ia e ao lava ona fai lo pea ele malu o le Kanana mai lava I ona tumutumu ia se ia o iona I ina isi le fia ngā ruenga lo whengai mo mātou I le aso ma le aso ia I tono o Kolisi Faafaifeau o le Kanana po le ai tālosia ia le Kanana Kanana Fou ia le alau mātou mafuta ia o nisi lava ia o taurumanga pe ona whairo atu ia o lo mātou ngā lue nei ia le kau whamaya ina lava o tāpenanga mo Amerika le olo iei le whamoe pe o na whenangalo iei ta mao le Kanana ma kumit whaafoe le Kolisi ina ia tu ina atu Kanana Fou I lalo sisi whamalumalunga e sini atu pe o na iei Amerika ia e tele foi ona whalumanga le lei ia e mese foi o niso tūlanga e fsoasoani mai e le Kolisi ia ai whamama avenga foi le Kanana I lona tui fafo o le mafuanga le nao le nei tai ao e whailo atu pea ia mātou foi ngā luenga ma taurumanga whanga solo o le lai le nei tai ao ia o lo mātou talanoa I vaenga ma oki lava e te tau ona ta pena iei le Kolisi ia ma le vaenga foi le Kanana au ia I le nei tau whainga o le tu inatu o le tātou Kolisi Faafaifeau ia I lalo le vaenga ia ale o le APHE ia po le Association for Biblical Higher Education mo le silfia o le lautele ia o le APHE o se tasi leo vaenga alo ia I tonu Amerika o Amerika ia e ono fitu ia vaenga tau o accrediting bodies Amerika a mata mai ale tu sifo o Amerika ia e o ile tu I fe foi sai o le stete o po le atunu foi o le vaenga la le APHE o le latou lava matawhaioi ia o le vaenga o Kolisi Faafaifeau o Kolisi Faafaifeau ia o aonga foi e lalo lava I teitainga e Kanana whamalmalunga e Kanana ia ma tausi foi le tamau ainga o e Kanana e le whalamulanga I le malo ma le atunu ini vaenga tupe mai whangau yo iai o le ala ele Kolisi Faafaifeau Kanana Fou o le vaenga la le APHE ua umana mātou wheloa I la matanga tausanga nei ma le sui ia na o mai e whatalanoa nisi o tāpenanga ia ma nisi foi o vaenga alo ia e tau na tapena ia le tātou Kolisi Faafaifeau ma o nei mea uma mo whailo atu ia e ngā solonga o nei mea uma ma nei tāpenanga ia ua uma foi ona silafia le komiti whaafoea le Kolisi ia papea le komiti e tamao le Kanana ia mo la latou foi fautuanga ia ao sa latou finangalo e tusai o le nei whamoe taua ia e na le tae le nei o le whaauawina lea o mātou fontanga ia ma talanoanga ia il tapenaga mo tātou i Amerika a mai aloa lea nei aso ia ona o faifai lea ona na toe whaalele ia atili diso tustusinga ma pepa o tu whatasia ia walawa lea wha taua ia ae o lo mātou whatasi fo ine ia masunga ia li whaiaonga ia whatasi fo i male sunga i te oloa al tātou kolisi ia e uina lei pa o mai se tasi o whaiaonga ia o no lo tuatuania fo i nisi o fuafuanga le nei aso ia o se teimi fo i le nei aso ia mātou te talanoai ma se tasi fo i o sui o le tātou motu i tūwalu ia po le whainga malo tūwalu o ia leo le minista o ngai le motu leo tūwalu ia o lo ase mai foi o ia nei o na faisina to telefone o alo mo whanau le kalisi tūwalu ia o lo wa o tau to no Kanana Fou o lo e foi niso sui le kalisia ia o lo wa o ngai malua i te minei ia le to telefone niso lato ia o lo ia tatou i nei Kanana Fou ia ma fuanga na le afea el ministerial o ia e tatou Kolisi Faafaifeau ia e whiwhiroi maru whanau o tatou e kalisia mai tūwalu ia o lo a o ngai tonu le lau moe Kanana Fou ia o se teimi ia o na whaia leo lea talanoanga ia ma watu fo so mātou fo i mana onga ia lato ia e mo se sosoani lava e sosoani mai i alo whanau o tūwalu lo a o ngai nei ia o teimi nei ia o le whawawina peo mātou talanoanga ia ma tusai o tātou tāpenanga le mo Amerika o le talanoa atu le tusai o le mete whaafitai ia whamalola mai le whaafonganga le kalisia e mese o le la kolo whaafonga tau mau mai o le ua maea le mātou talanoanga ia au se ngā luenga fo il tu whātasinga o le mātou tāpenanga lea mo Amerika sa mātou talanoa ia ina i tūlā ia ua te atu e whaafitai le tua ia i rona ngalilei e fo i mai peanga me alofa me longo sai ia wale kao whaingongi tāpenanga ia mo le aluanga i luma ma le whalelei o le tātou Kolisi Faafaifeau tūlanga matau pua o ina ia ma le poto Polokalama Faaauau pina iei tonu a onga ia ao leo mātou mo le avanoa ia e mātou te whailoa iai ma whatase ma se tasi foi o sui pe o nā maua i se tala i le temi o sola e malanga mai le tātou malo po le atunu o tūwalu o ia leo le ministerial a onga ia ua malanga mai nei Samoa ia ua mātou wheroa ia o le nganga ia fiasia si mai i sui o le kalisia tūwalu ia po le motu i tūwalu o loo a onga i tono o Kolisi Faafaifeau Kanana Fou ia o le nganga lavai o le nei wheroa inga ia maltalanoanga e nei ia whātu mawina pia le langolango le whainga malo tūwalu ia i sui o le kalisia tūwalu ia o loa o ngai tono o Kolisi Faafaifeau Kanana Fou e o le taua le nao le nei wheo ta inga ia sa mātou la mātou talanoa ia ma le sunga le ministerial a onga ia whatase ma le sunga le Faafaifeau ia kautoa o iolo o ngalua ngei le tātou e kalisia i nuam se tanga ia o lo tani malofo ia i le sunga i le Ministerial nei aso ia wala nei vai aso a o le toe tu va atu mo sa mo sifo ia mo le famo moyo o le fontele le fai sa mo ia a malo so fatasi o le lalonangi o lo tali malo i nei le tātou motu i sala fai ia mai so tu mompule ia ai whaafitai tele le avano maua ia ma le auna mai le tātou whainga malo i tūwalu ia e lona asiasi mai ia i whanau re kalesi tuvalu ia o lo au tau ma te pena i tutono o le tātou Kolisi Faafaifeau. You know, because I was thinking this would be the good opportunity to share with you what we've learned throughout the course of working here as a Faaauau, at the college. One of the issues that really matters to us is the tuition for the students, especially our students from Tuvalu, because they're sitting here, they're here on their own, and their families it's paying out of their pockets. But I'm happy that there's that they now have a program accepted by the EKT to help your students their financial responsibilities. So my only concern and the faculty is to ask the government, to please continue to support our students in terms of their schooling here. I mean, financial support, and I think that will help them a lot. Take the burden away from their shoulders while studying. Undergoing studies. At the same time having, thinking about, okay, how am I going to pay? That's a lot of burden for the students, and it's one of the reasons why students don't do well in their academic studies. So, but we're happy that you're here and then share that with you, and then it's good that you have the opportunity to speak to your students too, and that's a good feeling. For me personally, being here over 20 years, that's a lot of time spent with students coming in and going out after their training. So that's our only I'm sharing this with you since you're since you're here. That's our only concern, is to please continue this support for your students from Tuvalu, so they can successfully complete their programs. They're doing well. They're still learning the culture, the Samoan culture, and the language as well. The reason why they need to, not really mastering the language and the culture, but at least they get integrated into the system, the Samoan way of doing things, because this school, when it comes time for preaching, it's in the Samoan language. We also allow them to bring in the Tuvalu, use Tuvalu dialect when they're doing their prayers and stuff like that. We also have Tuvalu songs, hymns. I think it's Kautoa. During his time, we have that hymn. We're still singing that sometime when we do our worship. So that thing like that. But they're still learning. They're very good students. They behave well. We don't bother the Faaauau too much. He's been in the ministry for, so we still give the respect of a Faaauau. But other than that, students, they're students. So we're happy. I'm happy that you're here. We share it with the students. But that was our only concern that I would like to share with you, is to keep supporting them financially during their studies here. This time we have students from Tuvalu that maybe a couple of them, they pay off, and the Faaauau and his wife, it was under the care of the church. And then we also have students, probably around 6 of them, that they still need to pay the outstanding part of their tuition. Other issues like immigration fees, their bonds, that has been paid off. So no worry about that, because that's the priority for us here, is to make sure those immigration issues are taken care of, because we don't want anything to happen to them while they're going to school here, and all of a sudden they're deported back to Tuvalu. So that's something we don't like to have. So all of that other issues, the bonds and the IDs, their permits, it's taken care of. So the money left from the church, the balance that was we have after all of that has been paid, it was distributed through every one of them, so they can have something in their tuition, but they still have an outstanding. The problem now is that we found out from some of the students that their families already paid the whole thing, the tuition, but we don't have that information. So, just between me and the person here, we decided, okay, let's put whatever's left, each one of them have this part. So it's not fair for the guys that it's paid off. So like I said, but we don't have that information. We're still waiting on Tawalo to send that information. But at the meantime, every one of them, they're partially paid, their tuition are partially paid, but they still have around 7,000 left outstanding in US money, currency. Something like that, 7 or 6, yeah. Okay, maybe less than that, but that was before. Okay. So it's a little part, so I give them up until December. Actually, it was needed to be paid off. I mean, like other initial people. But, like I said, there's always grace involved because these are some of the new issues that just arise, and we need to, take care of them. So they have up until December to pay off their balance. And that was the only concern. But other than that, they're doing well. They're good students. They behave well, on time. They eat well. The only thing is that they don't eat the other foods they like in Tuvalu, because they don't. All they have here is chicken and turkey tail and fish sometimes. But we're happy that you're here. You can share something with us before you leave.
Thank you, Mr. President. Talofa, and greetings in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, President, the Reverend Dr. Morelli, Niwatoa, Vice President, Reverend Dr. Simi Maunga, staffs of Kanana Fou Theological College. I'm the Honorable Hama Holland, the Minister of Education and Human Resource Development in Tuvalu. It is an honor to meet with you today. My purpose is to explore potential collaboration between our ministry and Kanana Fou Theological College, particularly in enhancing counseling and mentoring services in Tuvalu. We value the educational opportunities provided by your esteemed institution and wish to discuss how we can maximize the benefits for our students studying here in Kanana Fou. Probably a memorandum of understanding would facilitate mutually beneficial cooperation. I look forward to discussing how we can work together to support our students' holistic development and strengthen our education system back in Tuvalu. On the outset, I would like to share that the government of Tuvalu don't provide funding for training of our pastors here in Kanana Fou, as well in Malua and the other institutions in the region. And although the Ministry of Education has the biggest budget, I have a 60 million portfolio under the Ministry of Education. Unfortunately, there is no funding to train our clergymen, our pastors, when they come to the institutions like this. They have to pay for their own trainings here in Kanana Fou, as well as the other institutions. The government is new. It was formed early in February this year, so it's still young. There's so many challenges, so we are taking one day at a time. And the purpose of my visit here, I I came to appear to attend the CHOCO meeting starting off next week. And I have been receiving requests from some of the students who are here just to provide some assistance, funding assistance for their being here in the institutions. So that's why I made an effort to come and talk with them, and then to have a chance to talk with the management team here. And thank you for availing yourself to meet me. And I understand this is the first time for Tuvalu ministers to come and visit the school, because we hardly have that. We don't have that partnership with the EKT in terms of training opportunities for our pastors. So I haven't informed our cabinet that I'm coming here to Kanana Fou to talk about how we can maximize the students, the Tuvalu students who are studying here. So what I have in mind is something that we are trying to introduce a counseling and mentoring services in all schools in Tuvalu. So I was thinking of that I can come here and talk to the students here, so that if they can come back and be part of that new initiatives, so that they can go out to the communities and be counselors and mentors within the communities and in all the schools in Tuvalu. Because actually we don't have that services in the islands in Tuvalu, even on the capital of Tuvalu, Funafuti. But there are so many issues that are cross-cutting issues that are related to our school pupils and the young generations. So we need a system that can address those issues. And one of that is to introduce a counseling and mentoring services in the islands. So that was part of the deal that I was talking with the students upstairs. And they were sort of agreeing to that initiative. And I didn't promise them, but I will try my best. If I go back and then I have to talk to cabinet, that I have to bargain to at least cabinet can provide some funding assistance for these students.
Thank you.
So at the end of the day, when they come back, we can use them as counselors when they come back home. It's all part of the services that we deliver to our general populations in Tuvalu. So it was more or less like an idea that came up to mind, and that's why I tried my very best to come here to meet with them and to meet with your excellencies. So it's more or less like the idea of maximizing the training that the students are trained in your institution.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad you mentioned the MOU. The students that came last year, their MOU were sent before they arrived here. So we're still waiting for the students, the new enrollment that just came in this year. Because that was something that was passed by our Board of Regents. So that when every student from Tuvalu, when they successfully completed training here, they should go back and serve the EKT first. So if they decided to come back, that's on their own. So that was the MOU. So we still have that. We're still waiting for the MOUs for the lot that just came this year. Like I said, their training here, that's one of the things that we emphasize here, is to learn as much as they can. When they go back to their prospective congregations, they'll be able to practice that. You know, and that's the emphasis of what we do here, is to prepare future leaders of the church, Faaauau, leaders of the church, not only for our churches, but also for the global community. The academic studies here, it's a little bit too tough, but they are able to absorb the teaching and the learning here, because we also put in, create some new methods of helping them understanding what is taught here and all that. So we're still working on that. As a matter of fact, when you came this morning, we're in the process of dialoguing over our new curriculum that needs to be started next year in the fall. So because by policy, the school every 5 years, the college should evaluate its curriculum, stuff like that. So we're in the process of doing that. It should be done, but due to other, unforeseen circumstances, we're not able to do that. So we kind of slowly in progress for doing that. But anyway, we're hope by the end of this year we should be done and all of that. So just to let you know, we're also in the first initial phase of working through our connection with accrediting bodies in America, in the USA. So that's what we're doing this morning, is going through their criteria, what they expect every schools to follow and be in place. So that's what we're doing now. The hope is by next year, February next year, we should be able to submit our application for that. And the theory, the rationale around that for taking Kanana Fou to America is that not only we get the benefits of the financial benefits, but also it elevates the college into another level of academic. So be able to be in the same line with other schools, not only in the USA, but around the world. So that's the on the other part of it, it will be easier for the students to get money to pay for their tuition, because there will be when we do that, the first phase is we're working on now. And once we get approved, accredited, then we move to the second phase, which is the Title IV, the federal aid Title IV, so financial aid. So once we get that, so students don't have to work, because all they have to do is to apply for a loan, and then they get the money to pay for their school and help them in school, although they have to pay it back. So it all depends on what kind of loans they have. They also have grants, which is something they don't have to pay back, and they all have Stafford loans and stuff like that they have to pay back. But as far as loans, I don't think it would be big loans like when you go to other countries, because they're expensive. Here at Kanana Fou, we maintain a very affordable price for the students. It should be affordable to the students.
That's right.
Like the single students are paying $800 a semester. So that would be $1,600 a year. That is a lot cheaper. But the academic level that you start here, it's way higher than that. So like I said, because of the college is under the umbrella, is under the leadership of the committee of elders. So it's the committee said, okay, let's just keep it that way, make it affordable for students. So and then we have no power to raise the tuition unless we have to. But at the meantime, I think the tuition that we set is set now. It's good for everyone. The school also, not only that we rely on the tuition paid by the students, but we also have another venue of financial support by the church that we can tap into if we need any, if we have any big projects and stuff like that for the school. And also we have to go through, there's a process. But stuff here, the tuition that is paid by students, it's affordable for us to keep the operation every day for the school and meet the needs for the students here. Unless big stuff, then we have to ask the church. So the less we ask the church, the more money we have over there. So hopefully we get some of that money to build a new education building. But I'm happy that's one of our projects that we're working on now. I think it's a good news for you when you go back and share with the rest of the guys at Tawalo and Fitilau and them. Fitilau was a senior student when I was the first year here. Fitilau and Kalahati. Before Kalahati passed, we had we communicate back and forth, trying to help them create a manual for the Faaauau. So that was done, and there's another manual that I helped them. That was done too, and then Kalahati passed. So I don't know what Fitilau was doing, if he was continuing to do that or not. But we're more than happy to help out our Kalisi Tuvalu. We have a lot of Tuvalu students here, and a lot of them already employed by the church in Tuvalu.
Yeah.
So that's big news for us. It's good.
Awa e te pisa e se I whai e tula